Legendary comic book artist George Perez announced on December 7th that he was diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer. He has opted out of treatment, choosing instead to spend his last 6 months with loved ones. Now, fans and companies alike are honoring his legacy. R. Ryan Forgosh has the story.
George Perez is a comic book artist who got his start in 1974, penciling part of Astonishing Tales number 25 at Marvel. From there, he eventually started working on Avengers, making a name for himself. Arguably, Perez's most famous works have been in collaboration with writer Marv Wolfman. The two created seminal works together, such as The New Teen Titans and Crisis on Infinite Earths, which forever changed the DC Comics universe. George Perez told Sci-Fi Wire about his experience working with Marv Wolfman.
And again, working with Marv Wolfman is a dream. I love working with Marv. He and I had a great time working on the Titans together, and to work on Crisis on Infinite Earth. Some of my best moments have been with Marv Wolfman.
In the early 2000s, George Perez got the opportunity to work on a crossover comic between Marvel and DC titled JLA/Avengers. This comic was over 20 years in the making, with the two companies struggling to come to an agreement for the book. It was released in 2003 with praise from readers and is now considered to be some of George Perez's best work, being some people's favorite George Perez story, like the manager of Boston comic shop Kamikaze.
I mean, JLA Avengers is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
That came out when I was much younger. It's probably the best crossover they've done.
However, because of the nature of the comic, there have been no reprints of the story since 2008. That is, until this year. After the announcement of Perez's diagnosis, Marvel and DC, in collaboration with the Hero Initiative, a charity George Perez himself helped start to help comic book creators, came together to publish 7,000 copies of JLA/Avengers. The proceeds of the book will go directly to George Perez. The reprint will be released March 16th. Perez himself has been involved with the Hero Initiative since its beginning.
It was a way of helping out all the artists who built this industry, who did not benefit from all the things that I got, the perks, royalties, and rights to characters. I couldn't say no.
With only 7,000 copies of the book available, comic shops have been struggling to meet demand, some not even knowing yet if they will get the book in.
Truth be told, until it's in my hands, I can't confidently say they don't have anything.
Despite the difficulty some may have in getting the JLA/Avengers reprint, this push shows the appreciation that comic fans and companies alike have for George Perez. Despite the original story taking 20 years to be made due to disagreements between Marvel and DC, in just a few months they were able to come together to celebrate Perez through one of his best works. Perez has become a legendary figure in the comic book community, and it seems that people will make sure his legacy lives on through his stories. Ryan Forgosh, Emerson Radio Boston, signing off.